touch me now. The past is over. You can touch me now. What can be forgiven but the past? And if it is forgiven, it is gone. Father, let me not look upon the past that is not there. Father, let me not look upon the past that is not there. The past is over. You can touch me now. Unless the past is over in my mind, the real world must escape my sight. For I am really looking nowhere, seeing but what is not there. How can I then perceive the world forgiveness offers? This the past was made to hide, for this the world that can be looked on only now. It has no past. For what can be forgiven but the past? And if it is forgiven, it is gone. Past is over. You can touch me now. Past is over. You can touch me now. For what can be forgiven but the past? And if it's forgiven, it is gone. Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there. For you have offered me your own replacement. In a present world, the past is left untouched and free of sin. Here's the end of guilt, and here am I made ready for your final step. Shall I demand that you wait longer for your son to find the loveliness you plan to be the end of all his dreams and all his pain? The past is over. Touch me now. Past is over. Can touch me now. For what can be forgiven but the past? And if it is forgiven, it is gone. Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there. Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there. Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there. The past is over. You can touch me now. Past is over. Can touch me now. is over, can you touch me now? For what can be forgiven but the past? And if it is forgiven, it is gone. Okay, past is over, it can touch me not, lesson 289 in the workbook. We're going to read it again and we're going to talk about it. Here we go. Unless the past is over in my mind, the real world must escape my sight. For I am really looking nowhere, seeing but what is not there. How can I then perceive the world forgiveness offers? This the past was made to hide. For this the world that can be looked on only now. It has no past. For what can be forgiven but the past? And if it is forgiven, it is gone. Paragraph 2. Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there. For you have offered me your own replacement. In a present world, the past has left untouched and free of sin. Here is the end of guilt. And here am I made ready for your final step. Shall I demand that you wait longer for your son to find the loveliness you plan to be the end of all his dreams and all his pain? Right, we're going to read through it a little slower. It's actually 2 sentences. Most of these lessons are 1 sentence, but this is another one that's 2 sentences. We had another one that was 2 sentences recently. We had you are my goal, my Father, only you. That's 2 sentences. And yesterday's lesson was let me forget my brother's past today. And now we're focusing on my past, right? But the past is the past for whoever it is for, right? So the past is over, it can touch me not. Not my brother's past, not my own past. It's gone. If I believe in forgiveness, and if I'm practicing forgiveness, ultimately I will get to the place of complete forgiveness. And in complete forgiveness, there is no past. I don't even think about the past anymore. The past does not bother me, nor does the future. And if there is no past, there's not going to be any worry about the future either. Because why are we concerned about the future? Only because of the past. If there's no past and there's no future, there's only the present moment, which is the now, the eternal now. That's where we're going. And if we can let go of the past, then we can get closer and closer to this eternal now. And the eternal now for the Course, if we experience it here while we're in this world, that's what Jesus calls the holy instant, where we are in the moment, right? We're not, the past and the future are not present anymore. That's a good way to put it. The past and the future are not present anymore. So the past is over. It can touch me not. Paragraph 1. Unless the past is over in my mind, the real world must escape my sight. Now, what is the real world? Well, Jesus is going to tell us in a moment what is the real world. He's going to tell us. So hang on, but just very briefly, what does Jesus mean by the real world? The real world is the forgiven world. So when we see the world through the eyes of complete forgiveness, that is the real world. And that is not the end of the journey, though. That is almost at the end of the journey when we see the world as it really is, which is just love and only love. But then we're still in the world of perception, though, because we're seeing a world outside of ourselves. But then, as Jesus says, God takes the last step and brings us beyond the world of perception to the world of knowledge, the realm of knowledge. And where there is no more perception. Perception, by definition, is dualistic, meaning there is a a perceiver and a perceived. And in the world of knowledge, there is no perceiver and perceived. There is no subject and object. There is only, you could say, pure subjectiveness or pure objectiveness, however you want to look at it. But you don't have to use any word, really. You can just say there's only oneness, right? There's no duality. It's a realm of non-duality. Whatever that means, whatever that looks like. The past is over, it can touch me not. Paragraph 1, again, unless the past is over in my mind, the real world must escape my sight. So I cannot see the real world as long as I hold on to the past. For I am really looking nowhere, seeing but what is not there. So if I hold on to the past, I do not see the world really as it is. I do not see the real world. I'm seeing a projection. I'm seeing my own egoic projection onto the world. This is a very important concept to understand, is that, there's that great saying, I think it's attributed to a woman named Anais Nin. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I don't think she said it originally. I think it's probably more ancient, but we do not see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And the Course would say we see the world as our ego projection projects onto the world. That's how we see the world. So whatever we think of that the world is, if it's not through the eyes of complete forgiveness, we are mistaken, right? We are not seeing the world as it is. For I am really looking nowhere, seeing but what is not there. How can I then perceive the world forgiveness offers? This the past was made to hide, for this the world that can be looked on only now. So the past was made to hide the real world, right? You could say the world as we know it, the ego's making was to hide the truth of reality, to hide from love, to hide from God, to make God an unloving father, to make sin and guilt real, to make the past a very real thing in which I have done all this stuff and I have to somehow live it down, right? I can't live it up because I'm too busy living it down. And there's a song there too, I'm sure. I can't live it up because I'm too busy living it down. I'm living down my past, all the stuff I did in the past, all the things that I now feel guilty for. I now feel ashamed of, and I feel like I need to be redeemed. I feel like I need to be saved from my past, from the past. And Jesus is saying, no. All you need is forgiveness, right? And that's hard because we don't believe forgiveness really is that powerful. But it's really changing our entire ideology and accepting Jesus' ideology. That's where the Course comes in. That's why the Course is a big book, right? It's not Jesus doesn't just say, just forgive everything and that's it, It's not that easy, right? It's got to be something that we do incrementally, gradually, gently, rowing our boat gently down the stream. Over time, it's gonna have an effect. It's gonna have the impact that we're looking for. This the past was made to hide, for this the world that can be looked on only now. It has no past. So the real world has no past. There's no past. There's no future. There's only present, eternal present, the lovely present moment, the presence, the loving presence. For what can be forgiven but the past? And if it is forgiven, it is gone. Right. So the present doesn't need forgiveness because the present is a gift, and there's no problem in the present moment, right? But only when we think in terms of the past and the future. Jesus doesn't say the future here, but he means the future as well. But remember, again, the future really depends on the past. So, as long as there is a past, and as long as we believe in the past, and as long as we think that the past is keeping us from being fully present, which it usually does, then it needs forgiveness. And if you bring forgiveness to the past, it is gone. Paragraph 2, a prayer to God the Father. Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there, for you have offered me your own replacement. In a present world, the past is left untouched and free of sin. What is God's own replacement? Your own replacement. I think it is referring here to the Holy Spirit, but he's also just saying that God has given us this gift, which is the awareness now that the past is gone. There is no past. Past is an illusion. Time is an illusion. Time and space are illusory. This whole world, based in time and space, is a dream, an illusion. Never was, never could be in reality. This is a hard one to buy, right? But this is what Jesus is telling us. Here's the end of guilt. There's no sin, right? In God's eyes, all is forgiven, and it's not even that all is forgiven, but there was never any need for forgiveness. God does not even know forgiveness. God does not even know the world of illusion. God does not even know the dream of the Son. The dream of the Son is the Son's dream. God has no part in that. Here's the end of guilt, and here am I made ready for your final step. God, I'm ready. When I see the forgiven world, when I see the world through the eyes of complete forgiveness, now I have made myself ready to go home. Finally, shall I demand that you wait longer for your son to find the loveliness you plan to be the end of all his dreams and all his pain? It's an interesting sentence. Shall I demand that you wait longer? Right? Why am I so demanding of God? Right? Why am I not accepting this truth, this simple truth right now? Why am I postponing my joy? Why am I postponing my return to love? Why am I continuing to make my father an unloving father? Why do I not accept that God is love and only love? And as such, God created me as love. And as love, I have no sin. I have no guilt. There is nothing I need to be afraid of at all. There's nothing I need fear at all. I can just rest in love. And that's the end of the story, right? The past is over. It can touch me not. Sayonara to everything I thought I needed to do. Right? All I needed to do was rest in love. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that means anything. Everything is leading to that, right? Nothing else in this world means anything. It's all just egoic, blah blah blah. Not to say that not to say that you cannot enjoy the world as it is as well. Enjoy your life, but you will enjoy your life more when you put this into practice. And when you make this your practice, you will enjoy everything more. Probably already experiencing that, so that's why you're here. Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, anything you want to share. As always, I keep saying that. It's really nice to hear from some of you when you do, leave a comment. So, past is over. It can touch me now. Touch me now. forgiven but the past. If it is forgiven, it is gone. Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there. Father, let me not look upon the past that is not there. Past is over. You can touch me now. Past is over. You can touch me now. Past is over. Can touch me now. The past is over. It can touch me now. All right. See you there.